All right, so I sometimes have really crazy ideas. And the latest one is I want all of the projects that are either on BluDAC or are going to be on BluDAC to get to know each other, right? It's like a lot of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, like the numbers, the math behind it. There is a growing network of value with all of our tokens, and I think backing that up by intermingling all of our communities and all of our projects and all the ideas and how amazing they are is just going to enhance everything that we're doing. So the first one, it couldn't get a better, group of dudes for bros for this first one, because you guys are all some of my best friends on the face of the earth. Like, just so easy me into it. We all know I get really nervous on air, so like it's just like it's helping me to to get this project started right.
I didn't think you got nervous, Corey. You're Mr. Rico Suave.
Watch what happens next time I do a live show with music. Like, it shocks Michelle all the time. I get nervous as hell before playing, and like I've done that as a job for like 13 years. And just every once in a while, just randomly, I'm like, maybe I'll forget how to do it because I'm a psycho. Like that is just, it's weird. So anyway, we got mBlu, one of my closest friends on the face of the earth. Guy totally freaking changed my life. I was literally just a guitar player a year and a half ago. And now with him, I have founded and co-founded 2 companies. No big deal, whatever. They're both really successful. Maybe you've heard of them. But Blu is here as the front man for YoshiDrops.com. And it's going to be talking about that and YOSHIBK and YoshiCN and all the drops and how they work together and how they work with BluDAC. So that's going to be fun. BullSHipples, he's got a real name. I was just telling Blu, like, I don't care. Like, I'm never going to use it. So whatever. Maybe he'll tell
my friends call me Marty.
There you go. So I will.
What does that make Corey then?
Right? Yeah. Right. A DJ, basically. I only call him by his internet meme name because it's better. So I met BullSHipples when I released SHipple back in the day, and he was making memes. You can go find them. They're the best memes that have ever been made by anyone ever. And I actually gave SHipple to the entire community with BullSHipples at the head, and what he's doing with it is just beyond anything I could have ever dreamt up. I'm so proud of everything they're doing. And of course, they're listed on BluDAC as well. And then Kenn, you guys probably know who Kenn is. He's the Kenn Bosak. He just dropped the Kenn token. I bought a bunch of whale packs. Since then, I have acquired stacks more Kenn. Like, just an absolutely epic shit ton of Kenn. Because what you can do with it is you can stake it on this little site called BluDAC.io. And make bank. So this is it. Like, I wanted to do a little BluDAC meetup, meeting of the minds. I get to start with some of my best friends on the face of the earth. So I guess we'll maybe start. Blu, let's start with you. Like tell us about Yoshi Drops, and sort of where it's at and where you guys are headed.
Well, shit. I want to hear a song first. Yeah, wow. Yoshi Drops, man, we're just on fire. We got a drop coming up here tomorrow, membership drop. You have a membership, you're going to be able to claim a crate. In the crate, there's 5 different possibilities of getting it. The chances, look at me at mBlu Crypto on Twitter to kind of find the details on that. But what's unique about this drop is it's, in my mind, it's another historic drop. We engaged a world-renowned pianist, jazz pianist. His name's Harold O'Neill, and he's compared to Duke Ellington of our day. Just an amazing pianist. Improv is like his forte. He's also an actor, and he's doing work with NASA. I mean, wow. He's just doing crazy stuff, right? His wife is this international famous dancer with tens of thousands of people under her, and anyways, he's very successful, very nice guy. I had him over for a weekend, and I recorded him on a grand piano and I mic'd the piano with, the right way with condenser mics and videotaped from 3 angles, him in improvising to an artist's 10 pieces of art. And the artist is Thomas Desbowick. And he's another interesting cat. He's a great artist, but he's also by day, he's a medical scientist. I don't know the correct words because I'd have to read it. It's just stuff that I've never seen before, but the guy's just wicked smart. He's in Europe and works for these huge medical companies, and he's a medical scientist. But by night, he's a cartoonist. And he's got this series called The Artistic Adventures of Mr. Gray. And they're just really well done, highbrow cartoons. So we picked 10 of those cartoons. We never showed them to Harold O'Neill. I invited Harold over to my place to record him. And he sat down, warmed up. And then one at a time, I put the artwork in front of him. So instead of sheet music, he had the artwork. And then we said, record, go. And just right then, he would just look at it. He'd feel it, close his eyes, and then just start playing, interpreting the cartoon. And we did that one after another. We did 10, just back to back, no redos, just record, go. And wait till you hear this drop. Wait till you see it. So we've got videos of it. We have digital vinyls of it. But 10 unique moments in history, slices of time, never to be redone or captured like that ever again. So it's, the first time that I know of where you have this really accomplished jazz pianist interpreting the cartoon work of another artist in real time, captured on video and audio, and presented as an NFT, dropped to our beautiful YOSHINOT community. So that's available for all you Yoshians tomorrow. Find us on Discord or Twitter. You can find us Yoshi Drops or mBlu Crypto and kind of get all those details.
That's beautiful.
Good stuff. Didn't I hear a rumor that there's Yoshi bucks in the crates?
There's Yoshi Drops, there's Yoshi bucks in the crates, and there's actually a chance for anybody in the community to win 10,000 Yoshi buck NFT. I think that there's close to about 200,000 in Yoshi bucks just in those 10,000s going out. If I calculated the odds correctly, there'll be around 200,000 of those. So there'll be a good handful of Yoshi members that are going to receive 10,000 Yoshi bucks each. I know a minimum of 13 will, but I think it's closer to 20. But there's also odds of winning lower denomination Yoshi bucks. So there's just mad Yoshi bucks going out. But on top of that, because we haven't got the mining live yet, we've been prorating Yoshi bucks to the Yoshi members. We prorated 90 days worth. I think it was about last week. Clears still need to go out because we're having issues with, it's a large drop, 38,000 accounts. And we're juggling drop dev managers, and it's just, anyways, I don't want to go down that road, but that's coming. But on this drop, we're going to be dropping mad Yoshi bucks to all of the Yoshi membership holders, as well as this crate that you're going to be able to claim.
And sign me up.
You're signed up, bro.
Cool. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I can't wait to hear all those things too, because I remember when I was getting pictures and updates when that stuff was actually going on, and I've actually been near that piano and I haven't played it yet, and I feel very sad about that. But now I probably won't be able to because this guy is a killer on the piano, and I'm like, beep, boop, boop, boop.
Well, next time you're in town, I'm planning on recording a freaking album from Corey on that piano, but you could be sitting with your guitar on the piano stool.
So I want to do some piano tracks, and I'd love to do any kind of collab with your new friend, and just straight up, like, because I love improvising too. Probably not as good as this guy, but there's a non-zero probability I could keep up. We might get something interesting.
Oh
Does
yeah.
this type of improvisation have like a specific like word? Because it was reminding me of the Foley sound artists that like watch movies and make like the background sounds, or when an actor steps on like leaves, they make that sound in a studio somewhere because they're watching it and they're expressing how that sound makes them feel. And it just sounds like Foley art in a way. I don't know, just like looking at a piece of art and creating music to describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to show you guys here. I'm just looking up now while I'm finding this. Yeah, it's very similar to that. Now I'm going to give you an example here in a minute. But hey, can somebody tell me, I'm hearing this rumor that if people have these YOSHIBK NFTs, that they can do something with them, and then there's this like weird thing called the BluDAC, which I'm still kind of wrapping my head around.
Yeah, I'll feel that one.
I was just playing with BluDAC and I made $11 overnight.
Da, da, da. My mom made enough to buy 200 memberships at $30. Yeah, run the math on that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
much more.
Somebody came in and told me like, hey, do you have any feedback for the people that said like maybe the memberships are too exclusive and too expensive? I'm like, motherfucker, please. I am gonna say that out loud. I was just telling Blue, like, I try not to say the motherfucker please thing out loud in public very often, as much as I can. Yeah, we should add a zero. Like, we could have started them at $100, had them run up to 1,000, and everyone would still be very, very happy. But nope, we started them at $10 because we want you guys to make all the money in perpetuity. We're super excited about that, and so it's good. So anyway, yeah, what you can do with these the Yoshi NFTs, the YOSHIBK NFTs, and the Yoshi Coin NFTs is you can send them to the Wax account, tokenized NFT. I'm actually putting it in here. See, spelled the right way. Hopefully I will. Tokenized. Somebody tell me if I spell this wrong. I don't think I did. So yeah, you can send, and this is true for crystallized uplifting as well. You send them to that Wax address, and it just spits out token. Like, it spits out fungible cryptocurrency token.
So what you're saying is that these YOSHIBKs, let's say I send 21, right? I got 20 and a 1, right? So if I send 21, 2 NFTs to this tokenized NFT, then I'll automatically get 21 YOSHIBK in my account.
That is correct.
And then I can send those 21 back to tokenized NFT if I want and get a 20 and a 1 NFT back.
That's correct.
That's pretty fascinating because that sounds almost like a new asset class. It's an NFT that's also a token, and a token that's an NFT.
Yeah, it's a brave new world.
A
right?
fungible,
really
non-fungible, non-fungible,
right.
fungible.
It's fuzzy now, right? Because like, what is it? This is the thing. Like, by the time the powers that feel like they still are, catch up to this, like, we will have made things so fuzzy and ridiculous that, like, what do you even call that? We're like, I don't know, George, like, figure it out. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But what you do now is take that token over to BluDAC, get some blue, pile it in, actually take it to Alcor, pile it into liquidity in the blue YOSHIBK or the blue YoshiCN pair, stake that LP token that you get from that back on BluDAC, and make that's a pretty good money.
Nice.
Like, kind of insanely good right now. And again,
I just posted a link to a template to one of those pieces. Okay. I don't know if you can share it so everybody can kind of get an example of what that is.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me pull this up. This would be good.
Well, and Ken, we were talking about this on the show yesterday with the blending of the FTs and the NFTs with connection economy platforms like BluDAC. What we're seeing is that all of the game tokens and all of these community tokens can come out of the silos and no longer have to be restricted to use as they were originally intended with these third-party platforms like the Nifty Super Blender and then BluDAC with all of the connection with crypto pairs and NFT pairs and then meta pairs. There's so many things that can be done now that is beyond the original imagination and use for the FTs and the NFTs when they were originally created. I think we're about to see an explosion of creativity just in the use of the FTs and the NFTs that's now possible.
100%. All right, check this out, guys.
Yeah, so I think it goes on for another 3.5 minutes, but that's kind of like a good little snapshot of the night, right? It was a really magical night. That one is titled Jacket, so it's a cartoon that Thomas Desbowick did. But yeah, it was just a really special night, and to be able to capture it in all its glory, it was just, in my opinion, just really meaningful.
It's beautiful. Like, it was so relaxing.
While this was on, I was thinking, like, how amazing is it going to be to like, host a live party somewhere, Blue, where we just have this, like, just Yoshi NFTs all night, just playing on a big screen, mingling, having fun. Man, that's gonna be good.
I like that idea. Yeah, catered by a some Asian cuisine sushi chef.
Ooh.
Yeah, with a little bit of Spanish infusion.
Yes, and yep. I just had a really terrible idea. I'll tell you guys all off air that is definitely not going to happen. But yeah, no, that sounds incredible. So yeah, Yoshi drops, changing the face of music, basically. No big deal. And again, like, the Yoshi coins. I was talking to the Alien Worlds guys this morning. We were talking about, the different ways that NFTs are getting used and on the Wax blockchain and stuff. And that we, dropped 1 million YOSHIBK NFTs, like the Yoshi coins back in the day, 4 months ago or 10 years ago. I don't really know which one it is. And it mostly went to Alien Worlds account holders because there were so many of them, right? And that whole community was like, yeah, we love that. Right, like they were, astounded. Everyone was super excited about it. That cross pollination of communities like worked, frankly. Right, it was really well done. And now, 5 days in, they didn't really know about BluDAC until this morning. So wait a minute, are those Yoshi coins? Like we could just do stuff with those? Like, nope. So it's gonna be pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's fun. And
am I gonna be able to like stack up a bag and collab with Yoshi, utilizing some of these coins?
Yes.
Oh, brother, you're going to be able to collab with Yoshi without stocking anything because you're family,
Well,
man.
I'm asking for all the other bros that aren't me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I was wondering, is there going to be like utility with like the token in that sense though, of like maybe somebody's a musician like Corey, and they want to collab with you guys. Is there going to be a way to like use enough Yoshi coins to, maybe collab on a track or something?
Gosh, that's an idea. I haven't thought about that, but yeah, I like that idea. As far as use case, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but YOSHIBK is you're able to use it on Nifty blocks now as a currency, and we are just waiting for clarity from our legal team, which was Block One's same legal team during when they're getting sued from the SEC. So we got legal team that understand the space, which is nice. So we're just waiting for clarity to make sure that we can actually accept YOSHIBK as a payment token within our platform. We think we found a way, but we still haven't gotten the stamp, right? So we're waiting for that, anxiously waiting for that. But yeah, there's all kinds of good things happening, and talking to some pretty big brands that are looking for exactly what we're building technology wise. So it's pretty fun.
Hey, Wax Cameos, trade 5,000 YOSHIBKs, get a 10-minute jam session. Like, A, I like that. B, I need more YOSHIBKs for BluDAC. So if anybody wants a jingle, call me. I will write freaking like. Now, none of them will be as good as the jingle that Blue and I made for Kenn's show, because I think we peaked. Like, I think like that was kind of the first one we tried, and I don't think I'll ever do any better than that. But like maybe close. Yeah, maybe close.
I mean, really Corey, I've been trying to get you to make a I want to be a Shillionaire song for quite a while now. So
I
this
know,
might
I
be
know,
the
I know.
opportunity.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Pay me YOSHIBK and I'll have literally no choice. Or SHipple
Well,
for that matter.
We got to
Crying
get
out loud.
that. We got to get that that crypto girl that dances to the crypto songs. Remember, and she kind of
Yeah.
says a word or two here. Yeah, that will do it. That'll push it over.
So funging bad. NRFB Toy Store for the win. I want to be a Shillionaire. So funging bad. Yeah. Anyway.
So fungibly bad.
So fungibly bad. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Big Ben, for serious, give me a shout. Will work for any token that's listable or that's stakeable on BluDAC. For sure. Can we have Kenn dance instead? Yes. If he'll do it.
Oh.
I mean,
I
close optional?
I mean, how many Twitter likes do we have to get, and how many retweets do we need before Kenn does a little dance?
Kenn's never danced. I think there's only one person in history as proof of me dancing.
So that just makes the NFT that much more valuable.
Love it.
Royal,
Hey
that's why
Kenn,
we talk.
what are you excited about these days?
I'm looking forward to Halloween, honestly. I got the Halloween party in New York City coming up. Changed the venue. Actually, just forgot the name of it again. It was like the Beer Authority, I think, or something like that. But yeah, we just had to change the venue, but it's on Halloween in New York City. Let me double check. It's on the website. I'm here. I just got to find it. But yeah, it's doors open at 7. Then we have, what I'm looking forward to is the free tattoo. So I hired a tattoo artist to fly out and give anybody who wants a tattoo of basically, some of my NFTs. So, some different bro NFTs. The art is available for free tattoos if anybody at the party wants to get a free tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing how many bros I can convince to get, into the tattoo club.
Keep the liquor flowing, man.
Well, it's open bar, so it is open bar. So yeah, exactly. So hopefully that'll help.
People waking up in the morning going, "What? What did I do?"
Oh, on their fourth, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, we're gonna be launching the memberships too at the party. So it's gonna be like a launch party, birthday party, Halloween party. It's like a trifecta. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And if anybody wants to show up, all you have to do is have any Kenn. Just buy some Kenn. Swap it over on Alcor. I just swapped some blue over for Kenn because I'm earning blue on BluDAC.
Nice. That's going to be a good night, man. I wish I could be there.
I do too. I know there's so many people doing like the family thing and then flying in on the next day, which is all cool. I just found out, unfortunately, I won't be able to get into the venue because I'm not vaccinated. So
You got to show like some sort of pass or something. Or...
Yeah, you have to show your proof of vaccine. I heard to get in, and yeah, I haven't got that, so I don't think I'll actually be able to get into the venue. But if that is the case, I'll be out front, probably in like one of those like camping chairs, just smoking and chilling.
That checks out.
Yeah, I'll have my own booth right out front on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I have a feeling the party will then be outside on the sidewalk with you.
Yeah, have you seen the streets of New York? They're very bro friendly, if you know what I mean.
That's fun.
So yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to doing this in New York. It's just been a great atmosphere for crypto, cannabis, and all things bro related. So Halloween's going to be a lot of fun, and just actually getting to give Kenn that first real world utility is pretty cool. Like if you wanted to come to the event, you need 10. It's kind of gimmicky and cool and all, but I'm looking forward to applying this to things like how I did Shitcoin 2021. It was like basically a free event, but people could donate or whatever, or get like if the sponsors had to get booths and stuff like that. Well, now they're going to have to get Kenn if they want a booth at Shitcoin 2022, right? So if you want a booth at my next event, which you already had a booth at the other one, instead of just giving me a shitcoin or Bitcoin or whatever, just go provide, some liquidity on Alcor, stake something, get your blue on BluDAC, and then you can get a booth at Shitcoin 2022. So this is sort of like a test run or a pilot run, a Halloween party for like that real world use case for Kenn token. But there's like a lot of things that I am involved in that I'm going to bring this to that.
This is where like the community token thing, like that, thinking about utility instead of tokenomics, right?
Yeah, well, people already do this, right? With like Doge, right? Like people get into Doge and like they have like a pizza store and they want to provide value to Doge because they are, invested in the community. They like the community. They use the token in that community. So they want to provide value to. Now you can go buy pizza down the street with Doge, right? Because that one business owner got in that community. I'm hoping that I have enough small business owners in my community that being able to get a coffee with Kenn token isn't too far-fetched of a thought.
Absolutely. Hey, BullSHipples, you're muted, but I can't talk about like community-focused tokens without talking about SHipple anyway. So it's a good thing you're here. What's going on in the SHippleverse right now?
Beyond anything we could have imagined would be possible. We say this to each other occasionally, but can you believe we're here, man? I can't believe we're here. It's crazy. Because when we start making jokes and making memes, you never think that it's going to take off like it did. But, a couple years later, and what makes it possible is the path is laid before us and we get to follow in pretty big footsteps. When the win-win-win culture is built out and a community has a focus of gratitude and generosity, that the SHipple OG community ended up accidentally in that same focus, just organically based on shared experience, where it turned from jokes and memes into charity. And all of a sudden people were not only, giving to do real world good, but we ended up with a belief system, that shared belief system that comes from shared experience. We came to believe that creators deserve to be rewarded. And when somebody creates something, they should be rewarded for that. And how better to be rewarded than by the people whose lives that you've changed and whose lives that you've impacted. And so, memes and jokes and making somebody smile, that's huge. I mean, that can be the highlight of somebody's day. And so, back 2 or 3 years ago, in a very small way, we learned that if the person who smiles and the person whose heart is touched by what you've created is able to say thank you in a very real way by sending you crypto, both sides of that transaction are magic. Like, it feels good to give, right? And it feels good to receive. But when it's not just an extra zero in your wallet, but it's a meaningful transaction because the person sending it, you changed their life. Like, all of a sudden, that funny money, that joke token, that meme coin, that charity token, all of a sudden, it means something to you. And when the community gathers around that, with community, there's power. And we found a kindred spirit in mBlu and the foundation that he built for win-win with, Haiti and everything that we saw happening in the uplift. All of a sudden, the SHipple community is like, okay, this is our home. This is where we belong. This is where it's at. And what we've discovered is beyond just our original OG SHipple community, there are so many communities that have that like-minded generosity spirit where people very regularly, thanks to awesome platforms like BluDAC, end up with extra zeros in their crypto wallet. And when all of a sudden you have mind-blowing gains that you can't really comprehend, you have something that you could give, and people want to give. People want to be generous. When people receive and end up with stupid, crazy, extra discretionary money, all of a sudden people are like, well, what can I do with it?
Right.
Because usually all of our funny money in our crypto wallets is just extra anyway, right? We're not paying the mortgage with it. We're not buying gas with it. We could, but we're just building these assets that end up just getting bigger and bigger and then sit there. Well, what if there was an organized method where not only are we playing these games to play to earn, but what if there was an organized method where we could gamify generosity and give people the opportunity to give in a gamified way that utilizes all of these third-party tools that we've all come to experience and love. And then BluDAC is a game changer, in my opinion, because that connection economy where all of these communities can now be connected in a very real, a very liquid, and a very, as crass as it is to say it, in a very monetizable sort of way. Like, all of a sudden when your crypto token is real money, that's a game changer. It's a game changer. The one other belief that I want to mention is we believe that people want to give, but to be able to give, they have to have something of value. And so our SHipple community, and working with Corey and mBlu, with the Uplift, working on BluDAC, what we are trying to do is create something of value that we can give to our community and say, hey, you now have an extra zero in your wallet because of this. You now have the opportunity to not just give the person outside your front door that you want to help a cup of coffee. You now have the opportunity to give them a house to live in. Like, when we can start thinking at that level of real world change, it blows my mind. And it's a dream that I didn't think could ever come true. And now we see that it is actually possible.
Yeah, I remember the first NFT drop that I did with mBlu, right? Like, we did I'm Not the Bubble, which was super fun. And like, as just selfishly as a musician, like, I made more doing that than, it was the pandemic, so I didn't make a freaking thing outside of that, as my career. So it was huge for me. But we made $30,000 for feeding kids in Haiti, which is like, wait, I still, because we've done a lot of things since then. It still boggles my freaking mind that was even a thing that could happen. And I remember meeting, with mBlu, we met the really awesome lady that runs Haitian Roots, which is the organization that we did that through. And what they really needed was a school. And so, like, I still remember mBlu, like, having that conversation, getting all teary-eyed, thinking, like, crap, what if we could just build them a school, right? And, like, that's a ridiculously stupid idea. Like, there's no way that we could really conceive, actually Blue could, because he's a wizard, of doing that this year. But it's like Bull Run and, like, maybe, and go look at the Wax account, Uplift Donate right now. We needed $450,000 to build that school. So take a look at how much is in there right now.
Yeah, crazy. Hey, Marty, this is the first time we've met, face to face, if this is called face to face. But what came to my mind is that movie Step Brothers. Like, did we just become best friends?
Oh, dude. Well, it's been fun to follow in your footsteps, man. I'm thankful that people like you exist that make dreams like we've had for years possible. And I've said this before on a show that you weren't at, and it's fun to be able to say it with you here. My life changed the day that Corey met you, because Corey dragged me kicking and screaming into this space. We've been playing in crypto for a long time, but this whole NFT thing, it took me a while to get it. Like, it just didn't make sense until I saw it from the inside and saw people's lives being changed, and realized my erroneous opinion was irrelevant. But when Corey met you, my life changed, because then Corey dragged me along, and I'm just a SHipple community member, right? And there's a core team of us that have this vision for years that we weren't able to complete, we weren't able to accomplish. And what is now possible because of the path that you've paved, because of the foundation that you've laid, because of the footsteps that we get to walk in. I want to thank you for changing my life, because this dream that we get to live right now, it's beyond anything that I could have imagined or dreamed. And it's not just for me. It's what we get to provide to our community. Our other belief is that, it's a thought becoming a belief. Other communities may want to participate in gamified generosity. And so what we've been very focused on is creating connections with other communities so that we can participate in their community, community can participate with gamified generosity, because I believe that if we can leverage that power of shared audience, there's going to be exponential returns and visibility from that for everyone. It's that win-win-win. And you created that idea that we get to now use and experience and live in.
Wow. That's amazing. You just, that's success for me. I could end it now and just, I succeeded, right? That's, thank you for that. And for being so open and, courageous to speak your heart like that. That's very touching. And I appreciate you and that expression very much.
Thank you. And I heard Diamond. So Yoshi drops. mean, I'm also a DJ.
I love you putting, a bunch of emotional dudes on the internet. Hold my beer.
Right.
The diamond thing on Yoshi drops, though. Can we talk about that for a minute?
One of these?
Yes. I've got one of those things too. So I'm so BullSHipples. I'm so glad you have it. So now I don't have to I don't have to be the one who's like, hey, Blue, what's going on with the diamond ones? Are we going to get a lot of Yoshi bucks in there? Because BluDAC,
So excited.
and that's literally, it's all, the art's great. Yeah. Art, cool. Yoshi bucks?
I mean, because I could take my Yoshi bucks and my blue, and I can put it into BluDAC, and the ROI, I'm not going to say a number because it breaks my calculator every time I enter it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And again, the pools are filling up. Obviously, this is going to get evened out over time a little bit. But for the next probably month, it's just stupid. It's really, really big. I do want to say one thing, the connected thing. You've been talking about the connection economy, which is a phrase that I'm stealing, frankly, because I think it makes a lot of sense. When we launch community tools, you're going to be able to start pairs with SHipple. You're going to be able to start pairs with everybody on BluDAC and anybody else, right? Wow. So and Kenn's going to be able to and should do the same thing. So when you talk about creating that connection economy, there's no reason why SHipple can't turn around using community tools that we're going to deploy on BluDAC this month. I hope within the next 30 days, not necessarily this month. This month's almost over, but you can go and basically do your own version of this at any time, right? Because SHipple's going to have the ability to fund its own pools. Kenn's going to have the ability to fund their own pools. YOSHIBK, I know for a fact, is thinking about doing their own pools, right? So it ends up being this thing where we encourage people to come in, get skin in the game, drop that into liquidity pools so that people can be doing more things with all of these things. And it really does interconnect all those communities and all those projects in a very real way.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm actually recruiting hard for this. We have another community that that I'm a part of, that we're partnering with. And I actually just yesterday, I sent one of their community leaders 100 memberships because we're actively recruiting to bring that community over to Wax. They're minting a token for their community today on Wax.
Oh, is that the Vibravid crew?
Yeah, Vibravid Beatscoin. We're actually bringing that community over. They have thousands of people in their community over on another chain. We're actively working with them to bring their community over to be able to participate not only in what's happening here on Wax. BluDAC on Wax is pretty awesome, and Wax mooning is all that's great and whatever. But I've heard some rumors that it isn't just going to be on Wax. I would love to hear more about that. If you can, talk about it. I heard rockets and stuff. What's going on?
Interoperability.
And Corey, and this is a good, because I was thinking last night, I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about the, there's people wanting to see the roadmap, right? And the roadmap can be 4 bullet points, right? LP incentivized pools, cross chain, NFT staking, community tools, which include this, and this. I mean,
yeah, I was thinking about making an infographic that's the roadmap, because that's true, right? The promo pools, and I'll do a tokenomics thing or whatever, because we have all that stuff planned out. We just haven't said what it's going to be yet. But yeah, the community tools, again, anybody with a membership is going to be able to set up and fund their own pool for staking any kind of token that they want. And very soon after that, if not at the same time, you're going to be able to take an NFT, any NFT that you want, and any token that you want, and reward it with any token that you want.
That's badass.
Yeah, it's good shit, right? And BluDAC's going to be doing all of that themselves, right? So we have a whole massive budget, frankly, to not connect with one NFT project, but to connect with hundreds.
Well, I want to connect with all of my Bros projects, right? So
100%.
If you're in one of the Bros and you got your own collection going, why not allow me to provide value to your NFTs by doing this? This is a way to really entangle us all.
Well, Corey, I feel like it's appropriate at this point to say, Corey, where we're going, we won't need roads.
Yeah,
space map instead of roadmap. Space map.
Space map.
Oh, dude, now I want to make it. Thank you for that. Everybody who knows me knows I have an aversion to roadmaps, because usually it's just a list of things that aren't going to happen. But community tools is coming, NFT staking is coming, and rockets are coming.
Flight path.
Space map.
Flight path?
Yeah,
Like,
I think the space map just like
Space
it's
map.
space. We have space beer. We have space map. We have rockets. It's just there's a theme.
Yeah,
like
I mean, and I think it's worth pointing out again is that the intention of BluDAC from the get-go was multi-chain, right?
Yeah.
It's always been multi-chain, but starting on the chain with the most transactions that desperately needed exactly this, this can be Wax's Solana moment, and I think it will be.
I think you're right.
that's another thing I feel like we're not really touching on is the amount of value this is providing to Wax itself. I feel like a lot, even like, Atomic Hub doesn't get enough pats on its back for the value it brings to Wax itself, right? I just wanted to let you know, like, yeah, I see it, and I'm sure the community does as well. Maybe toot your own horns a little bit, but it's like you know that this is going to provide a lot of value to Wax that it wasn't getting from Wax itself.
Yeah.
I know Wax doesn't really like me as much as I like them, but that's okay.
They're doing their best. No, but I totally agree though. Like in the promo video that appeared on the internet that may or may not have been created by BullSHipples team. I don't know if they've released it yet.
Yeah, it's in the Telegram.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, in there I specifically state that the BluDAC was specifically designed to make Wax Moon. And that's why, right? Like when we talk about this being the Solana moment for Wax, Solana was doing really well. And then they launched DeFi on it and the freaking token 26x. Or no, it was more than that. It went from like 50 cents to $26 or some ridiculous goddamn thing.
Yeah. It was like a 47x or something like that.
Yeah, it was intense, right? And it's because when you lock up a significant percentage of the supply of a token that's getting traded like crazy, price reacts to that, right? Like it's the way it works. So that part I think is going to be fun. So I should say that it's always been our plan to go multi-chain very quickly. We had been planning some swaps and still are very soon. I think we'll be launching on Binance Smart Chain with a few pairs. But I talked to a couple of the larger dexes and yield farms on Polygon who want to actually list Blue and are hungry to have us over there, which is like, what?
Well, and to add, and we won't go too much into detail about this yet, but this is all intended for the Wax community to participate in too. So we have a mechanism for the Wax bros to come on board and go and take a jaunt over to Polygon, take a jaunt over to Binance, have a little party, create a little value, and celebrate. So this is about.
This is super important, right? Because to get Blue over there, I think don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a firm rule. I think the only Blue that's going to go over there that isn't going to be going to rewards, right? Because we're going to be allowed to reward Blue on a couple platforms over there. Like we're basically just getting over there really quickly doing this, right? So there's going to be some reward that gets into the rocket, probably in a pre-rocket that goes over there. I'll explain what rockets are in a minute. But the rest of it is literally like, because Blue and I have had this conversation, like, we're going to have to basically get as much Blue ourselves onto this rocket as we possibly can before it goes. So here's what is going to go on with the rocket. We're not going to have a bridge where you can just send stuff over whenever you want, right? We're going to gamify this a little bit. Thanks, Kyle. Hanging out at my brother's place. So we're going to have a contract where you send minimum 250,000 of your Blue to this Wax account that we'll set up, and we'll have all this. We'll explain all this in advance. And in the memo has to be your Matic, your Polygon wallet address, right? Because we're actually going to do this manually so that we can do it really fast, because we need to do it like within, I think a week, frankly, is when I would like to see this going, maybe 10 days. So you send minimum 250,000 Blue. In the memo, you have your Polygon address, and you send it to this address. The second that hits 25 million or 30 million, we'll let everybody know in advance what the actual limit is. Everybody's going to know. We're going to send the rocket. No more goes over there for at least a month.
Oh,
right. So you're over there by yourselves, right?
Like colonists.
Exactly that, right? And there's going to be two different pairs that are incentivized by not us, and also we're going to be incentivizing them as well, right? So it's like kind of like printing money, and not kind of. It's literally like printing money.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like what TLM did when they went to Binance, right? And I remember what happened with that. That was crazy.
What happened with that? I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
Like,
went
nuts.
does it rhyme with 100x or something?
it
or-
was
Well,
like M's to B's.
It does rhyme with that.
crazy.
It was
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean,
it was
they
worth
had a bridge.
10 wax for 1 trillium at one point. So.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. They had a bridge over to Binance Smart Chain that broke, and so there was like basically a bunch of Trillium stranded over there, and it was a mistake. But that mistake ended up being real fucking epic, right? And so we're not going to do it as a mistake. We're going to do it as some straight up, in your face, transparent FOMO that we're going to play to.
Yeah, it's limited volume on the market by the end users. Like, it's pretty ingenious.
This is like, I am just summed it up. Damn it, BluDAC. I've been restaking all my blue. Now I have to hodl some for teleporting.
So
Exactly.
wait, how soon and how do I get on the rocket?
I haven't talked to our team yet today to make
me
that
know.
announcement. Yeah. Well, you would know. You're around that.
He's like, I want a window seat.
Yeah. So I mean, I want to announce this today, but I need to talk to them first, right? So like, this is going to happen when that contract goes live. Obviously, all of you guys will know. It's going to be 30 million, and so yeah, let's just make it 30 million.
Well, yeah, but what happens if 60 million pumps over there? Because people are excited.
It won't.
It'll just stop.
The second that it hits 30 million, we fire the rocket off, and it bounces.
So you got to be quick on the send button then.
100%. And really, like, the thing with 30 million is there isn't enough. There might be. Everyone would have to unstake literally everything to make the rocket go in one day.
Okay.
So we're designing it to take at least, like, I think 5, 6, 7 days. If everybody does 50% of their daily take, if they do 50% of their daily take, it'll take 2 weeks.
Oh,
right?
Interesting. I like that you thought about that.
I mean, I like. It's weird that I like math, but I like to like.
One thing about Corey is that when I first met him, he would kind of, I don't know if it's not really an insult, because I would love to be an amazing guitarist. I can hack on a guitar, but I wouldn't call myself a guitarist. But he'd say, "Yeah, I'm just a dumb guitarist," or something like that. And I'm thinking, dude, you're freaking like a business savant. Like, you just don't even know it yet. And yeah, Corey's just freaking an epic genius in my mind, and and a good guitar player at the same time.
I just love that this does more for your community than it does for you yourselves. Like, you just get, like, I feel like the real question is, like, what are you getting out of this?
We get, and you'll see in the tokenomics, we're getting a founder cut, right? And our Uber Psycho Wizard programmer is getting just as much as I am, as an example, because without him, we would not have been able to build this.
Fair enough.
And that gets dripped out over 10 years. And I'm telling you, like, the second that we knew we were going to do these rockets, I was like, should it be 10 years? Maybe we could do a little more.
Corey,
we're FOMOing into our own shit, which is really
Can I tell him a secret?
Yes.
I won't tell.
So Corey and I are good friends, right? And so we talk openly, and we're a little competitive. And what I figured out is that if I just like go into the pools and like just be a community member in BluDAC, I like, you can make more than Corey's making. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I know you
crazy.
are, which is, I mean, that's awesome, right? And the thing is, like, we announced all the pools in advance. Everybody knew what they were. And BullSHipples went and fucking bought shit up like a king. And we told everybody what it was. Like, this is all public information. And he's like, cool, why isn't anyone buying them yet? I'm like, maybe they don't think we're going to launch. And so he just went and, he's like dominating all the small pools.
You know what I'm really excited about? I'm excited about the first week on the next chain. I mean,
next chain, like on the 11th is when we're going to announce the next 10. I'll tell you this, like, one thing, mBlu, like, I want to take credit for this being a super genius move. I knew it would be smart. I didn't know it would work this well. Telling everyone that we're going to go down from 22 pools and 23, because we have to launch blocks this month yet too. We're going to wait till after the Rockets do that. But it's a deal from before we launch, so we're going to get that done. So it's going to drop down to 10 pools, right? And the way to pick them is like, hey, let's just top 10 liquidity depth with blue pairs. By then, that we're not helping yet, by the 11th, we'll just throw those up and it'll be fine, right? There's like 30 freaking tokens that are vying for that position now.
Yeah.
And all of it is locking up blue. Right. And price is still going down. Like we still need to lock more stuff up, but it's almost like if we say 30% of supply is going to another chain in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's all I can say. I think, Ken, did you freeze or you just nope, you were just.
No, I'm shocked.
Well, and then 2 to 4 weeks after that, another 30% possibly going to Binance.
I honestly might not even take that long.
You just broke my calculator again.
Yeah, we've got pairs
crazy.
over there. And then honestly, like, I don't know if you guys have heard, but like we're doing a big, huge deal with Wombat. They're going to be doing giveaways to their 1.1 million fucking users in Blue. I'm sending them 100 promo memberships to give away as part of that stuff.
Amazing.
So we're going to
Wait, how many users?
1.1 million.
What?
Yeah, 1.1.
So
million.
it's an airdrop to 1.1.
They actually have to claim it, and it's only the accounts that have been existing for longer than 2.5 weeks. So no new accounts will work. Yeah,
Okay.
Adrian from Wombat is like, he knows what's up. He knows what's up. Then,
So
and
when,
like,
when is that hit the system?
They're going to be there. There's enough to do 10,000 giveaways. We're doing the finalization on it like tomorrow, right? Yeah.
Dude, that's gonna
We're not
blow
playing,
things up. That's gonna blow things up.
It's gonna be pretty good.
That's crazy.
But then like I started talking to them about, okay, because they don't have a token, right? So like if you had the same amount of promo as a token, what would you do with it? And Adrian took like about 45 seconds to think about it. He said, you know what I would do? I would make people dump $5 worth of wax into a contract, and I would give them $10 worth of blue wax and then show them where to put it. And I'm like, right? It's just like, it's pure freaking genius. And they can go and like, dissolve that if they want to and put it wherever and do whatever and like buy some Kenn because they all know Kenn is a freaking rock star. They do whatever they want, right? But it basically back ends them into our ecosystem, into, where and that, I mean, that might not be 10,000, it might be 100,000.
Whoops.
Well, I mean, it'll be 100,000 as soon as the rest hear about what the first 10,000 did. That's crazy.
Right. I mean, exactly. And and this is why, 8:00 every morning that we can, organize some people to come out. Ken, I'd love to have you come out. Actually, all of you guys, I need to introduce you to Adrian one at a time anyway. So I'm doing a podcast 8 a.m. That's basically, we called it Coffee with Titans. And I just want to introduce Adrian to a different baller in the wax ecosystem every day to help them kind of get over here. We did Alien Worlds this morning and it was fantastic. Like we had a blast. They learned a lot. We learned a lot. It's fun.
Cool.
So yeah. Thank you. Hey guys, dumb it down for the viewers. Do we stake more? Or do we keep buying and hodl? Dude,
Both?
Exactly. Like I've been trying to think because I know exactly what we're doing next month, and I still am like not 100% sure what I should do. So like, good luck. Like
I need more blue.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
really
need a buttload more blue.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be on that rocket for sure. I want to make sure that I'm, maybe even like 30% of everything that I'm bringing in, I want to send over there. I'm not 100% sure. And this is the other thing too. Like I've talked to people that probably aren't going to have enough, like the minimum 250K. If you find people that you trust a lot, and we're not going to, support this in any way, shape or form. So if something goes squirrely, it's on you. Right. But, pull your resources if you need to, but get on that rocket.
Well, and then, so you said rockets. I mean, not the leg kicking people, but
I see what you did there.
What?
The answer.
So like, I need to save blue for the first rocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? And like,
I mean, we're going to do the same thing on BSC. I don't know if you know this, but Wombat is an EOS wallet, and EOS has a bunch of tokens that could use a kick in the ass, frankly.
Right.
And so like, why wouldn't we go over there? So
well, I mean, I love that. SHipple's on BSC and on EOS, and we would love to be able to jump into some pools there. Dude, yeah. Ken, you got to get in on that. Like, that's where the action is at, is having a multi-chain Kenn token, I think.
I know.
Like, you should do that.
I know.
Dude, your community will love it.
We know people. There's a lo-fi way to do it. Like, we can make it happen.
We should make it happen.
We should talk. Let's talk after the show.
Thank you.
Let's talk.
Yeah. We got you. All right, so I think this went well. I'm doing this again tomorrow. I've got Farming Tales, who I've never met yet, and Taco, who we all love, and they're actually working on They're working on the. I don't know if I told you this. They're working on the BluDAC tool right now, and like next month when we launch all the meta pools, what that means is like we're gonna have a pool where you have your blue LT, so like blue Kenn over here as the token, and then we're gonna pair it against wax. And it's not gonna be a very deep pool, but it's gonna be deep enough that arbitrage will set the price really well. You'll be able to see in the Taco app exactly how much your LP is worth dollar wise, right? Which is gonna be nuts. Because how they track it is in the swap pairs versus wax or whatever. But then they're going to make a tool that's going to show you how much your entire stack is worth that's already staked in BluDAC. Because they're geniuses. They're really good at their jobs.
Dude, when people see that number, it's going to blow their minds. Because I don't think anybody has run the calculations on.
They haven't. I know they haven't.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
It'll break your calculator because there's too many zeros. Like it will. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Do you guys realize like the brainiacs that we have in the wax ecosystem? We've
Yes.
got Taco, we have
Dude.
Nefty Blocks,
K
we've got
token with
the
the
Atomic
tokenized
Hub,
NFT,
we've
just,
you know,
come on.
Kate, you know, I mean, there's just so much brain power and innovation. It's just
Yeah.
it's
Wax is
astounding.
going to fucking $20. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to say it. It's going to $20. Freaking
I mean,
33 cents.
Yeah, you know, it's
That
it's
is
like this-
ridiculous when you look at like Doge and wax being in the same ballpark. Like it's
Yeah,
so
it just
ridiculous.
once the FOMO cycle starts and people start, like I remember a year and a half ago, whatever it was, looking at all the brands that were coming to wax, the NFTs that were exploding all over the place, just the real economic activity that's going like nuts, the games that were launching like crazy, all this crazy shit, and like it was 4 cents. Like it was the easiest buy I've ever had. Like okay. But even at 33, like it's shockingly undervalued. And the second people start to see it go up, like the second it hits $1, right? Oh, that's interesting. Now as a trader somewhere else, you're like, what's going on wax? And then people look in because I see this all the time. People that aren't looking at wax at all will take a look at wax and say, wait a minute, what? How is all this going on and we didn't hear about it? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Maybe people with a marketing budget didn't do their jobs.
It's good for us though, right?
Was that
Early
allowed?
adopter advantage.
I need to
Early
be
adopter
nice.
advantage is huge right now.
Oh,
Huge.
for sure. Like it just
So good.
it dumber things have happened to much stupider chains.
Did you? Oh, you were saying something about revolutionary stuff on wax, and this is uplift related. I got a skin NFT in my wallet the other day from Digital Asset, and it's a Stank Dog Dutchie skin that I can wear in Minecraft.
Yep.
That's pretty damn revolutionary, if you ask me, bro.
Yeah, he's not messing around. I actually got to hang out with that guy in Miami on the beach until about 4 o'clock in the morning one morning.
Oh, you want to hear a crazy story?
I do.
I was chilling with Sebash, right? And it was, you know, like pretty late, maybe like 10 o'clock or whatever. And we're chilling. I smoked way too much. And I looked over at him and we're in like my penthouse loft and we're looking out over the beach. And I'm like, bro, what would you do if that building just collapsed? Like, what would we do? And he was like, I don't know, like pray. I'd be like, I think I'd try to do like a live tweet or like start a YouTube live stream or I don't know. I think I'd try to call my mom, but I think I'd get to everybody if I did a live stream. And anyway, we go to sleep, whatever. I wake up the next day and a building collapsed while I was sleeping right down the street from where I was staying. So hanging out with him, we were just talking. I was like, dude, I think we manifested reality. And I didn't
Yeah,
mean
dude,
it.
you gotta
I
be careful
feel
what
so
you say.
bad. Yeah, I feel so bad. Like, don't voice things like that out loud ever, even if you're high. Like, just don't do it.
Between you and Blue, like things that you say have a really ridiculous habit of just happening. So say only good things.
Yes, that's what I like. I'll never forget that night hanging out with Acid, just chilling with him, and then for no reason I said that. Like there was nothing that inspired it.
Yeah. Weird shit just happens, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so are you guys coming to the Miami crypto experience? Blue,
Yes.
can you? I was talking to Neil. Neil's coming.
A few of my friends are kind of
When
protesting
is
it
it?
because they got screwed over by the team. So I will say that, but I am still going.
Okay, that's good to know. BullSHipples, you should come too.
Dude, I would love to. Let's figure it out. If I stake a little bit more on BluDAC is going to buy me a plane ticket. I'm pretty sure it's what's going to happen.
You can buy the
Oh.
crypto Miami experience with 2 days of your stack, son.
What?
I love that you can't deny it. Anyways, Yeah. So please, Blue, just come and hang out.
When is it?
When is it again? It's like early next month, like the 11th or 10th to the 12th or some shit like that.
I always forget.
I'm not going to say no because
November
I
10th.
really want to.
No, that ain't it. That's
Be fun.
yeah, November 10th and 12th, 2021.
Oh, nice.
I'll buy your ticket to the event right now, Blue.
I have my own tickets if you wanted to buy one from me.
Can you buy my
can.
3 kids and my wife too, and Valentino's soccer games and
Yes.
Dylan's cheer
I
competitions?
will. I'll get them all on a live stream and ask them very, very nicely if I can borrow their dad for 72 hours. They love me. They might not love me that much, but I mean, I'll try it.
only if you use your potty mouth. They respond
100%.
better.
Yeah, they all. Yeah.
Your Uncle Corey, the potty mouth.
There's the Ken Bosak early bird ticket. I sent you a link to it if you wanted to check that out for the Miami Crypto Expo.
I bought a
Sweet.
ticket already, but I think I'm gonna buy one for my wife and tell her to quit her job and just come hang out.
Yeah, man.
But I want her to meet all you guys.
I mean, hook her up with BluDAC and she'd make more doing that. I'm just saying.
Dude, I actually finally got her account in and balanced yesterday.
Nice.
And then told her like the amount that she made in 24 hours, and she just started yelling on the messenger. Like it was just like,
Did she
no,
believe
that's
you?
not even- No,
Right?
not at all.
Nobody
Yeah,
believes it. It's crazy.
I told Francesca what was happening, and she just can't really wrap her head around it. It's like it just sounds too good.
You know
to be
what's fun
true.
though? Like Francesca's been the biggest believer in us and in this ridiculous side project since the beginning. Right? Like she heard us kind of talking about what we might be able to do in mBlu's backyard, and just kind of saw over the hill, you know, the outline of where we were headed. And every time we started wondering if we should, or oh man, maybe we shouldn't do it, blah 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 blah. And Francesca was basically like, yeah, just get after it.
Yeah, she's really intuitive, and we got a lot going on between Legend, Yoshi, and Uplift, right? So the last thing we need is this like passion side project, right? But we started talking about it, and she's like, her ears picked up, and she doesn't even know what the hell DeFi means. She kind of gets it now a little bit, but she's just like, yeah, you guys got to do that. It's like, yeah, I mean, you got to. It's like, and then she's on YouTube, and she hears one of her favorite podcaster people talking about DeFi, is all over about DeFi now. He goes, I'm wondering, even they're talking about DeFi. You got to do that BluDAC thing. So here we are. She was right.
Well, the weird thing about telling everybody about it is we end up sharing, which is great. It's good for the community. But as there's 1,000% more people in, each of our daily rewards goes from 10,000% to only 100% or whatever. And so.
But the value goes up too.
It explodes. Yeah,
Exactly.
And so there's that weird thought where, man, if I tell somebody, is that good?
Let me help anyone with that problem. If you don't tell anyone, all the tokens that you're making in don't have any buyers, and it's worthless.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need deep pools. So
Right.
it's like
It's just like,
Yeah.
and I said this when we were talking about SHipple way back in the day. You can actually track this on any token ever to the value, like the order magnitude of value. Number of meaningful transactions times number of active wallets. That's it. Right? You want to know how much a token's worth? That's exactly how to find it. Number of active wallets, number of meaningful transactions. Spot transactions don't count. Right? Because you actually need human beings with that I believe in Doge or Bitcoin or SHipple or Blue or YOSHIBK for it to have value. That's the game we're playing, right? And so if you don't share it because you're worried about losing your little percentage, you got to put your DGen to bed a little bit. Because believe me, that DGen is in me too. I
Right.
totally get it.
Have you seen
But it
have you seen-
literally is working against the whole project.
Have you seen the Splinterlands SPS tokenomics and how their like APRs played out with the price of the token? And as more people start staking, the APR has gone down from like 200% to like 56%, but the token went from a penny to 50 cents.
Right. Exactly. Like
So I lost 150% APR, but
Right,
Went from
right.
a
It's
penny
so
to
good.
50 cents.
Exactly. But like 50x meant you were doing 10,000% when you thought you were only doing 200.
Facts,
Right?
right? So numbers in crypto are fun when it looks like, it's bigger on one side than the other. Like you said, the more people that get in, the less I'm making. Like, it's not necessarily always the case.
It's
Especially
literally
when there's
almost
value and
never the
utility.
case. Right, exactly.
As long as there's
Right.
utility and value to it being used, like you
Right.
said, real wild, meaningful transactions.
So you're
Yeah,
saying we
100%.
should keep telling everybody that we know and everybody that we care about.
As long as
I mean,
they're real
like-
people that are going to have meaningful transactions.
Yes.
I love it.
And really, like you have to hate someone not to tell them about BluDAC.
Right.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you guys all know how well we're doing right now. And again, like
Oh,
it's going to
dude.
get to those normal levels. Like I'm
Yeah.
excited for when the average return on BluDAC is only 240% APR. I'm really excited about that because that's going to make a lot more sense than the absolute fucking shit show that's going on right now. It's utterly absurd, right? And that's going to balance out. And the token, the reason why the token price is going down, it's fucking like people are making money hand over fist. So yeah,
Crazy.
they're going to swap some of it out to, buy gift cards on Amazon and buy their mom a coffee or fucking a house, whatever, whatever happens to come out. So it's going to be interesting. Like it's going to find its level. Obviously, we're launching a bunch of rockets. We're going to be locking up a bunch of supply. We're going to be doing a whole other set of, the complexity and the number of pools is going to go up by a factor of at least 3 next month after the 18th. There's a lot going on. And really, at the end of the day, like those numbers are really fun. But I'm really excited. Thank you guys so much for coming in and do this today because having the communities, the reason why YOSHIBK exists and the reason why SHipple exists, the reason why Kenn token exists. Right, like that's the point, right? And now we're creating this massive, connective tissue with Blue, so that all of these boats are lifted, and Blue just happens to be the tide.
Well, thank you for building a port for us all to come together, bro.
Right? It's pretty good. I like it. I'm honestly super proud of the thing that we're building, and we couldn't have done it without all of you guys. Like that's the thing. Like if Wax was just a 2 token freaking ecosystem, there'd be nothing going on. And it would be pointless, right? Like there would be no fertile ground from which we could have done this at all. So thank you guys. And you're all super sexy. So that's the thing.
Good times, guys. That was fun.
Indeed.
Marty,
Indeed.
Ken, Corey, much love.
Always good hanging out, bros. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Ken, I know you've been into pain, man. So double thank you to you. So for real, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I know I haven't been my normal self talkative. I've been holding my mouth subconsciously. I keep catching myself doing it. It hurts so bad, but
Sorry, buddy.
appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk about Kenn, and just hope people that maybe if you can't make it to NFT NYC because you can't get a ticket or you're not vaccinated so you can't get in, come to the Halloween party, or still if you're in town, hit me up. I'll be tailgating NFT NYC out front. You'll smell me.
Love it. Love it, brother.
Love you guys.
All right. Till
Thank
next
you.
time.